from Pokémon 10LV.
Well, I'd rather pay too much and get nothing like the idiot I am.
Yo, why ain't you buying mystery pulls from Pokémon 10LV? I'd rather get scammed on Whatnot, dropping $300 for a mystery box and pulling a common graded Bulbasaur, fam.
Are you a ruttard blowing too much on Whatnot scams and overpriced streams? Then you need Pokémon 10LV to come to your fucking senses.
I used to be dumb as shit, wasting money everywhere. Till I tried Pokémon 10LV, now I am actually building a collection.
I used to have my head so far up the card con artist's ass, then I pulled out and got Pokémon 10LV. Now I'm cured.
Warning, Pokémon 10LV isn't for everyone, may cause mild discomfort, practices frequent free speech, says offensive shit.
So why aren't you buying mystery pulls from Pokémon 10LV?
Well, I'd rather pay too much and get nothing like the idiot I am.
Yo, why ain't you buying mystery pulls from Pokémon 10LV? I'd rather get scammed on Whatnot, dropping $300 for a mystery box and pulling a common graded Bulbasaur, fam.
Are you a ruttard blowing too much on Whatnot scams and overpriced streams? Then you need Pokémon 10LV to come to your fucking senses.
I used to be dumb as shit, wasting money everywhere. Till I tried Pokémon 10LV, now I am actually building a collection.
I used to have my head so far up the card con artist's ass, then I pulled out and got Pokémon 10LV. Now I'm cured.
Warning, Pokémon 10LV isn't for everyone, may cause mild discomfort, practices frequent free speech, says offensive shit.
So why aren't you buying mystery pulls from Pokémon 10LV?
Well, I'd rather pay too much and get nothing like the idiot I am.
Yo, why ain't you buying mystery pulls from Pokémon 10LV? I'd rather get scammed on Whatnot, dropping $300 for a mystery box and pulling a common graded Bulbasaur, fam.
Are you a ruttard blowing too much on Whatnot scams and overpriced streams? Then you need Pokémon 10LV to come to your fucking senses.
I used to be dumb as shit, wasting money everywhere. Till I tried Pokémon 10LV, now I am actually building a collection.
I used to have my head so far up the card con artist's ass, then I pulled out and got Pokémon 10LV. Now I'm cured.
Warning, Pokémon 10LV isn't for everyone, may cause mild discomfort, practices frequent free speech, says offensive shit.
So why aren't you buying mystery pulls from Pokémon 10LV?
Well, I'd rather pay too much and get nothing like the idiot I am.
Yo, why ain't you buying mystery pulls from Pokémon 10LV? I'd rather get scammed on Whatnot, dropping $300 for a mystery box and pulling a common graded Bulbasaur, fam.
Are you a ruttard blowing too much on Whatnot scams and overpriced streams? Then you need Pokémon 10LV to come to your fucking senses.
I used to be dumb as shit, wasting money everywhere. Till I tried Pokémon 10LV, now I am actually building a collection.
I used to have my head so far up the card con artist's ass, then I pulled out and got Pokémon 10LV. Now I'm cured.
Warning, Pokémon 10LV isn't for everyone, may cause mild discomfort, practices frequent free speech, says offensive shit.
So why aren't you buying mystery pulls from Pokémon 10LV?
Well, I'd rather pay too much and get nothing like the idiot I am.
Yo, why ain't you buying mystery pulls from Pokémon 10LV? I'd rather get scammed on Whatnot, dropping $300 for a mystery box and pulling a common graded Bulbasaur, fam.
Are you a ruttard blowing too much on Whatnot scams and overpriced streams? Then you need Pokémon 10LV to come to your fucking senses.
I used to be dumb as shit, wasting money everywhere. Till I tried Pokémon 10LV, now I am actually building a collection.
I used to have...
What's good, fam? What's good? We doing the thing. Mysteries are available. I know it's probably going to be a slow ass stream, as usual, which is okay. But we will game in the meantime. You heard? Loading up the Call of Duty. Again, I'm going to be even worse than I was because this shit, they fucked this game up with the new update. Oh boy, did they fuck this game up. Absolutely ruined it. The dynamics are completely changed. The fucking guns are ass. I don't know. Yo, 18 months on the gifted gang. What's good, founder? Still got your bags here. I don't know when or whatever, if you want me to ship them yet, or you plan on grabbing some more mysteries before then? I do have officially, I have a card show in January now in California. So I'm going to drive to California to do a card show because I can't get in any card shows in Vegas until February. And I really need to like kind of get the ball rolling and moving. Yes, vending. I need to get the ball rolling on that type of stuff. Like I got to get moving on that shit because, you know, if that's what I want to do full time, I'm going to have to do it more often than, you know, once a month. So yeah. So depending on how many card shows I can get into in Vegas after February, depends on how much I'm going to be driving to California to do card shows. It seems like I could get them easy in Cali. Like, I don't understand. Why is Vegas so hard? It's like California's way bigger. You would think that like their card show scene would be explosive, but it's not, apparently. But we definitely need to get the ball rolling on getting more of these card shows. Sleeping Snorlax, what's going on, fam? It's a joke here. I would rather not travel to California all the time for card shows, but if that's where I could get them, you know, for now, so I could kind of like, you know, get the experience, get consistent, then Las Vegas is where it's at, but that's what makes it hard to get into the shows because the people that have been doing it always get first pick on the tables and everything. And it's especially hard if it's a small show, but even the big shows are already pre-sold out like for the next year. So, you know, and that's front row, like that's 600 tables. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. A show with 600 tables. I'm pretty sure that's kind of bigger than even Card Party was. And that's more specific to Pokemon. 10, what software do you use to record your raps? I use BandLab. It's an app you could use on your phone and your computer. So, you know, you could do it web-based. You basically just got to kind of like, if you know how to save like web pages as an app in your Google Chrome or whatever browser you're using, you could save the web, like you log into it on your computer and then you save it like as an app. So it's on your desktop all the time to use as an app. But you could get into it. It's a little bit easier to use on the computer than the phone. I used to do it only on the phone because that's where it used to only be at. And then I figured out that they started adding it to desktop and you could open it on there. So, but I do need to like, I do need to learn how to do the presets myself, because what I'm doing is I'm using other people's presets. Yeah, you can make your own beats and stuff like that. But I'm using people's like vocal presets, like how you can like use like compressors and things like that. So I just use the presets that other people make, and they're not the best, but I'm also trying to learn how to like formulate really good ones myself. So sometimes I do edit the ones that are pre-existing from other users and kind of adjust them a little bit so that it doesn't sound as bad, because like it's not like professional recording software by any means, but it works for, you know, the little verses and stuff that I do without having to pay for, you know, an expensive app or program. It does good. There's some songs that just sound better than others, and all of my old intros used to be made from BandLabs. That's funny. Never knew how to record on it. And the thing is, BandLab's like super simple. So like you get into other programs, like I've used like Studio One. I've used there was like a Sony one that I used to use. I forget the full name of it, but dude, sometimes they're a pain in the ass, because like it starts like preset. Like those apps have like preset settings, and sometimes like your microphone or your preamp or anything that you have connected, you gotta jump through hoops to try to figure out how to get them to actually record sound, or, you know, sound right within those apps, because they're like preset for certain things. And with BandLab, you just click the drop down and you pick your stuff, and then it just works. So it's very simplified and easy to do. So it's good for quick or like rough copies if you're, you know, want to get something like an idea out, or like a cadence or a certain rhythm or something. Sony Premiere. I think PreSonus was another one I did too. Yeah. Studio One. Yeah, there was a few, but they always end up like so difficult, or like something will happen. I don't know why, but it'll like do an update or do something, or when you close it, the settings don't stay the same when you reopen it. And like for whatever reason, your mic won't work, or your freaking, you know, none of your presets work. It really got to be a pain in the ass. And I just like, I'm like not chasing like any professional sound, like, you know, for a career or anything. So I'm like cool with what it is, you know, for the little bits of recording that I do here and there. Oh, you mean the phantom power, like the plus 48 volts? And it's still a lot of mics still need that. Like I have it on right now on my thing. Look. This thing right here. This is a Sterling. It has the phantom power on. This mic needs it. A lot of mics that are like, you know, $600 and up, like this one, kind of need it for stupid reasons. Yeah, you basically do need an interface. There's some that are just built in. But I always have an interface anyways. Because like I said, I needed this stuff for when I use those other programs. Like it really helped with the sound quality. With the other, but even like this mic, like I paid over $600. Before Blue, the brand Blue mics, sold to Logitech, I had a blue Spark. It was like $145. That mic works better than this $600 mic. But now that Logitech owns it, those mics are trash. So, you know, otherwise I would have bought another blue mic, but they're ass now. They're not, they're garbage. Yeah, my PC is dope. It's my PC without the monitor, just the tower with everything in it was $2,000. It was $2,000. But since I use it for YouTube, I'm gonna write it off of my taxes. The PC, the monitor, the fucking new camera that was $70, this $600 microphone, these $100 freaking headphones that I'm using, this $200 freaking interface. Like, I'm just gonna write it all off of my taxes. I use it for this shit. Your chair. Well, I've had my chair for like 3 years almost. 2 years. I can't really run that one. But this stuff I bought all this year. This camera right here, I bought this year. The PC this year, this microphone, these headphones. That's already a shit ton of like write-off. Any collections that I bought this year, I'm writing off on my taxes. Like, all that shit's getting written off. Because, you know, I had like over $25,000 in the bank, and it's all gone. And it's sitting in these collections waiting to be sold or, you know, graded and things like that for business purposes. So I got to write all this shit off. I can't just like, I can't leave all this money unaccounted for and just be broke at the beginning of the year. Like, is the IRS going to believe this channel's legit? I have a tax number from the IRS, so I don't have my business license anymore, but the IRS don't care about that. They care that I have my tax code, my which I have chilling over here. My tax ID, employer identification number. This is all they care about at the IRS. And since I sell online to people out of state, I don't sell to anybody in Nevada. I don't have to collect state tax. There's no sales tax I have to collect. So I really only have to pay the IRS taxes because everything gets shipped out. And I don't meet the thresholds of any of the states that I send things to. Not even close. And I probably never will. It might change when I start doing the card shows, but we'll see how that starts working. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may have to do those business taxes and stuff like that, which usually have to be emitted like or remitted every 3 months. Bums. Ask Limpy how. Limpy, do you? Never mind. I don't want you to snitch on yourself. But drop a thumbs down if you report your taxes from your vending sales. I do my taxes, cough, cough. Hey, out there where you're at, do they require you to show the business license or anything to get tables and stuff like that? They're starting to do it here. They weren't doing it before. And now they're starting to freaking like at least post it on their websites, you know? At the bare minimum, the employer identification number from the IRS is all you got to show, but they're starting to be like, oh, you need the state local business license, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, fuck you guys. As soon as I want to get into it, you guys fucking start getting more strict on the rules. But Venmo, I don't know. Are you doing goods and services? If you've got a lot, I think if you've got a lot of transactions like over like $200, I think they might. But then again, like I said, at the end of the year, the IRS don't give a fuck if you got a business license. Nah, I eat a lot of pizza. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. Starting out. If I get like, you know, a decent size where I'm like spending a lot traveling and shit, to do shows and stuff like that, then I'll probably, you know, be more legit. But Zelle is way better as far as, because it's a bank-to-bank transfer, so you could do larger transactions on there without really triggering, you know, really setting off the IRS or getting the bank's not going to send you those 1099s or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But Venmo and PayPal, once you hit a threshold with them, which is $20K, unless you're a business account with those apps, they might do it sooner. 10, how did taxes... I didn't file taxes on my YouTube channel at all. I have never. I have never even received any paperwork from Google about filing taxes because the revenue is just not close to enough, I don't think. Because, like, I look at it the same way, like, when I did Uber, right? I did Uber. I made, in, like, 4 months, I made, like, close to, like, $7,500 in, like, 4 months before I quit, right? And the only thing they sent me paperwork for to do my taxes was the tips I made. And then, so when I made the tips, it wasn't like the full amount of what I got paid. I got paid for doing those Uber rides. I got paid those amounts, but they only sent me paperwork for the tips, which wasn't enough to even claim. And when I did my deductions on that, my mileage and all that, it was like over 8 times the amount of the tips I made. So that's the only income they really even did. So, and it had to be like that much, right? Will already be taxed. Well, here's the thing is like, so they take like 30%, right? YouTube takes 30%. That's like already fucking taxing you, bro. So if that's not already a deduction, I don't know what is. What you got to basically be on the lookout for is if they send you a thing in the mail, then, you know, file it on your taxes, right? Put it in, and then find some deductions. It's not that hard. Like, get anything that you've shown on your YouTube channel, like if you opened a pack, put that receipt on your deduction. And then whatever paperwork they send you, and if they don't send you paperwork, then I don't file it. It's that simple. They fucking want me to do about it. These assholes that send the paperwork by the time, because all your tax paperwork should be in your mailbox by, I think, January 30th or some shit. So the people that are supposed to send you that paperwork, if they don't do it, you know, I heard you've been making some dough, buddy. But if they don't send you the paperwork, how are you supposed to file it? So if employers or people that are legally required to send you the paperwork don't send it by the time you're supposed to file, then it's on that company. It's not on you. So, you know. But like, so like I talked to PSA Pikachu about a lot of things in text messages, business-wise. I have a lot of questions because he's been doing it. And I asked him like, hey, I was like, What about when you buy collections like cash and stuff like that? He's like, just write it down, the date and the amount, you know? And he's like, they just take it. I'm like, okay. And he's been doing it for years. So he's like, if you can't do a receipt, you write a receipt. It's that simple. I never had an LLC. I just had a sole proprietor. And I think because I listed it as a home, it was exempt, so I didn't even pay for the license. It was free. I tried again, and they want like $2 something now. It's like $200 something, but that's also tax deductible when you pay for it. I mean, if you got all your payments on Zelle and stuff like that, you basically have it documented if you have to. If you paid cash for a lot of shit, you're just going to have to write it down or try to remember or see if you've got like when I buy collections, it's on Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. So I have those conversations like screenshotted, or I could just go back in there and look at them all. So I keep the screenshots, I write it down, and then I just try to keep it somewhere where I can find it later if I need it. It depends on the state. So like sometimes the state will only require a state business license. Sometimes the state requires a county and a state business license. So you have to do both like you do here in Nevada. The cost is different if you're doing an LLC or sole proprietor. LLCs are a little bit better if you do plan on like hiring people. And it's better for like getting loans and things like that if you want to do business loans. Then edit it with price. Yep. And you could basically, listen, to be honest with you, you could put whatever price you want, right? They're not keeping track of all the cash. They're not going to be like, oh, well, where'd you get all this extra cash? It says you paid 2 G's for this collection. Where did you get that cash? It wasn't like in your bank or anything like that. We did all the math. Right? If they want to go that far and be like, well, I had a bunch of change. You know, I took it to the Coinstar. Turns out I had $2,000 extra for the coin from the Coinstar. The fuck? It's, you know, it's not that hard to fudge with shit. Seems like you guys need pennies. If they do, just file it on your taxes. It's not going to be enough to like really, you know, screw you over or anything. Guys, yeah. Like I said, I've never gotten anything from YouTube, and I'm some donos have like, you know, had me kind of worried. some full dono amounts for the whole month had me worried. And I still never got anything from Google about it. And right now my earnings are stupid low on YouTube. Like, it's ridiculous. It's taken me, let me see. So hold on, let me see if I can. Let's see. Fucking ugly shit. I almost had it. Like, if you could read it through my fingers, does it work better? Anyways, that says $99.76. And the minimum amount you have to earn to get a payout is $100, right? I haven't earned $100 since May. right? So from May till now, I'm still 25 cents away from getting a payout. That's like, I got to do another like 50 YouTube shorts to get that money. And then they're going to take 30% of that. So, you know, it takes a lot, really, honestly. That's why people do so many brand deals and shit now, because like YouTube ain't paying shit. I think Facebook pays better. Unless you're getting like, yeah, and it's still like for 1 million views, like that's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like what they'll pay you for it, it's not a lot. And that's why like, look into those brand things. They got this new feature, like the brand stuff. This motherfucking B-pop. Damn, threw a dono in there to get me to my threshold. Oh, man. Appreciate you, fam. You getting paid now. Damn it. I was trying to save that for next year. Now I'm getting the 1099, jackass. Just kidding. They're probably not going to send me one. One long form got 50 views and made the same revenue as 5.6K short. But, and here's the thing though, is like, they don't push long form like they do shorts. It's so stupid. Like, you guys claim it's a partnership, but you don't push long form, and especially live streams now. Like, if you're in the vertical live streams, you're gonna get views like crazy now. But somehow, like, if you're regular live streaming now, you're a horizontal live streamer, like, they fucking just stick it to you. What the fuck are they doing? Do they not, like, I don't get why they basically sabotage one half of their their partnership program and push the other half. And the thing is, like, yeah, long forms used to be pushed when they were 10 minutes, and now they've tripled it in order to make it, like, worthy of anything. It used to be like a 10-minute threshold and like, oh shit, and that was difficult to do. 10 minutes is difficult to freaking, you know, muster up something entertaining. Now you want whole, like, TV show episodes? Like, what are you, fucking nuts? You want me to drop like 50 G's in production for a 30-minute YouTube long form so you could pay me like $800 maybe? Fuck that. Of course they want controversy. It's not even engagement. To be honest with you, it's programming. That's what it is. Right? It's not just engagement. That's programming. That's like confirmation bias and all that type of shit. Like they'll give you what you want so that you could be affirmed of your beliefs and your controversial viewpoint as opposed to the other. Shout out to B-Pop for chilling in the streams. Yay, yay. A shout out to him for getting me over my threshold. Let's see what it says if it updates. Let's see if it's updated. Nope, not yet. 10 minutes is too long for me. And that's the thing. They've got people so into short form. Like, who's going to sit around really watching a 10-minute video anymore? Even I don't do that. Like, unless it's like super interesting. Like, that's very rare. Like, I'm already like, I'm like, oh, I want to know this whole story. And then I'm like 5 minutes in, I'm like, you're just fucking yapping. Just get to the point. You know? And then I'm like, never mind. I don't even care anymore. And I shut it off. I'm like, next. Let me find something shorter. I'm like, man, I thought this topic was important until I seen how much filler you're putting in it. Your fucking videos are basically hot dogs. You know what? You know what I'm saying? Your videos are filler. Just to get to a 10-second point. That's why I made that post earlier about Coop being scammed on Whatnot. Because I know the whole flood of fucking YouTubers giving their carbon copy opinions that's basically the same thing as that person and that person and that person. They're all going to make a fucking video and they're all going to point to each other's video. Oh, Shiny Vert made this video about this too, so go see it. Oh, Rock Sandy made a video about this video, so go see it. Oh, Kyra made a video about this video, go look at it. Oh, fucking Opossum Bud made the same video as well. And guess what? They're all fucking 10 minutes, 20 minutes long just to tell you that Coop got scammed on Whatnot, okay? Okay. There we go. They fucking stole a God Pack from Coop on Whatnot from One Piece. The guy's an asshole. We get it. Do I need to watch all 20 of you guys give me the same fucking opinion about how Whatnot's bad? We know this now. We've known this from the last time you guys reported on it, that Whatnot is not to be trusted. Okay. Brain rot or controversy. I like a little bit of controversy. Like, I'll just beef with people just because, like, I get so annoyingly bored with their content ideas that I'm like, all right, I don't like that guy anymore, so I'm just gonna start talking shit. So I'll get a little controversial in that way. Or if I feel like somebody's just a fucking outright douchebag like Pokey NE, I'll go after him. The guy's a fucking douche. But you'll see that, like, I'm pretty much the only guy that talks shit on him. Like, you know what I'm saying? All the other people that shit on scalpers or price gougers, right? They'll never talk about Pokey NE. That's why I have such a problem with those people. Like, they're all buddy-buddy in their comments with each other, but, you know, this guy's doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. But, and then even like GameStop, just Pokey NE's been fucking overpricing his product before GameStop ever did it. Long before GameStop did it. GameStop starts doing it, and everybody's like, fuck GameStop. But you're over here to Pokey NE in the comments like he's your best fucking pal. The fuck? I don't get that, bro. Oh, well, Pokey NE's not the worst. That's what Kira kept saying in her comments to me. Pokey NE's not the worst, and then turn around and starts fucking shitting on GameStop when they raise their price to scalper prices. What the fuck are you talking about now? So you're saying GameStop can't do it, but Pokey NE can because he's been around for a long time? Guess how long GameStop's been around? Longer than Pokey NE. That was Kira's actual excuse. Well, Pokey NE's been selling Pokemon. He's been a reseller for a long time. How does that even equate to, okay, so it's okay for him to charge more? GameStop's been in the game for a long time too, but you're against it. These guys are fucking dumb. And they don't use any logic whatsoever when they like come up with their excuses for whether they like or dislike something. They don't use any logic. Like, they'll say, oh, well, they'll say something totally irrelevant to back up the reason why they support or don't support something. And you'll hear it every time. Like, I could probably pop up a fucking Kira video right now and she's fucking saying something stupid. $200. I'll cop. Hey, when they go on clearance for 120, I'll get them all. I'm buying. I gotta connect. He doesn't get me a lot all at once, but he gets me stuff. I'm getting Obsidian Flames for like $5 a pack, which is, I don't like paying that much because I know how much they come from distro, right? Because I've had Distro Connect before. It's just kind of dried up because all these other people getting distro, or, you know, they're sucking up all the supply. People like fucking Ace Hardware, Lowe's, they're the ones that suck up all this extra distribution access. And the other smaller businesses get screwed out of it. And it's wild to me because you're supposed to build a relationship with your distro people. Like the people you email back and forth with your distribution companies, like those are people you build a relationship with, and then they turn around and just fucking say, you know what? We were never friends. Lowe's is buying all our shit now. The fuck is that? Like, you could be doing like 10 years of business and still be a small seller, and the distro is going to be like, we got to put you on hold, little buddy. I know your business is going to fail, but Lowe's, they paying more. They're buying more than you, so we're going to fuck you. I haven't watched the Vert. It's probably a fucking glaze fest. Did you hear about the Dollar Tree prismatic? Is 40? 40 is a definite good deal if you could find them at Dollar Trees. I've been going to my Dollar Trees or Dollar Generals down the street. They never have them. They said they had. I even asked him, I was like, have you seen the white boxes? The Pokemon boxes, the big white boxes? It's like, nothing like that's ever come through here. New title for a YouTube video. I'll make a short about it. I won't do a long form content though. Like that shit just, I've done it before. I'm not going to say I haven't. But like, I just get so like worn out by the idea of like having a yap about something I could get straight to the point to for 10, 15 minutes. Like, why the fuck? Why? Why keep doing that shit? And all these guys do it. And it's like, aren't you like just tired of saying the same thing just about a different person? Does that not get stupid at some point? Like, okay, you've raised awareness about something. Now everybody knows, right? We all know what to look out for. What more are you really adding to saying the same thing now about somebody else who did it? We know scammers are scammers now. We know scalpers are scalpers now. We know all that shit. Okay? It's like you're on repeat with every video. And somehow everybody eats it up, I guess. I feel like the Deadpool of YouTube. I'm like the anti-hero. Right? Everybody else thinks they're a hero, and they're not. They're just annoying. I'm the irrelevant hero. But I am going to keep addressing the issue, and I'm going to tag these motherfuckers right in the videos. I'm going to be like, yo, why the fuck? Why the fuck are you guys making a video about GameStop prices going up, right? And then you still suck Pokey Annie's dick. And he's been doing that before GameStop did it. Fucking idiots. I'm going to call them out on their shit. I'm just going to be the ultimate call-out god. On short-form content. 30 seconds to a minute-long videos. Yo, why the fuck are you guys doing this? When so-and-so's been doing this. Same shit. You swing on his dick. I'm the villain. And it's not even the point of like, you know, screw scalpers anymore. It's like, what are you guys all hypocrites for? That's the point. Why are you guys all hypocrites now? Like, fuck all the... We know scalpers exist and they're not going to go away. But why are you hypocrites? And you keep monetizing yourself as a hypocrite. The minute you accept one of the same thing you hate on your side, you're a hypocrite for life. Until you shun that. Right? And you're sitting here acting like, you know, you're on the good side for some reason. Think you're on the right side of history all of a sudden, buddy? When you're going and throwing parties at and doing meetups and fucking, you know, Zoom calls or fucking podcasting with people who scam people just as much as scalpers do, then I can't listen to you critiquing anybody else if your best friend or somebody you admire is that person, is the same person you hate. Right? I have a list of cards I'm looking to move. The fuck you sending me a PDF for? I swear, people on Facebook Marketplace are like kind of silly. I have a list of cards. That doesn't show me like condition or nothing. Crusaders raid. Yo, shout out to Crusaders. PDFs are cool. I'm not opening a PDF on Facebook Marketplace. Crusaders raid. Yo, shout out to the raiders. Appreciate everybody coming through. We're just kind of going in on the hypocrisy. Some of y'all might not like it, but I like to speak my mind about certain topics because I do not like to just let things go. Crusaders TCG, meow. Appreciate you bringing in your homies. Stop by. We're talking about kind of like the hypocrisy in some of our PokeTuber news broadcasters, I guess we'll call them, right? The PokeTuber news crews, like Kira, Opossum Bud, Shiny Vert, Rock Sandy, and all them guys, right? Mimic Brew. Although he doesn't show up on my feed anymore. I don't know why, and I'm subscribed. I subscribe to all these people. Like, I subscribe to their channels, but like, there's a little bit of blatant hypocrisy within some of their critiques. Like, you'll see those people complain about GameStop hiking their price up to scalper prices, right? They're like, oh, fucking cancel GameStop right now. But their best friend is Poke&E, and he's been had his prices above or at market price long before GameStop even thought about doing it. And they go and, you know, they have him on their channels. They freaking do podcasts together. What are you guys doing? You hate GameStop so much, but you'll let Poke&E do it? And it's not like, oh, he's not a small business. This guy hits the tax nexus in almost every state he sells in. That means he does over $500,000 a year or whatever the fuck in each state that he sells in, that he ships to. So, you know, that's not small business. And he brags about it too. So, you know, you can't call him a small business. There's no fucking way he's a small business if he's on their every state's tax nexus and he has to fucking omit sales tax according to each state that he sells to. So, it's a little wild, right? Am I wrong? I guess that depends on where your bias sits. I try not to hold any bias. Like I said, I define scalper. A scalper is is a person who will clear shelves and then immediately resell. Scalper. So it's different than buying distro. So like, yes, it is. If you're buying distro and selling at market price, you're a price gouger by the full definition. But a lot of what makes a scalper and a price gouger are a lot of the definitions for that intertwine. The only difference is you get direct access and the other person gets retail access. But the concepts are the same. And I've posted a short kind of explaining the difference and actually who's worse, right? So the guy closest to the source is worse if he's charging price gouging. He's worse because he directly affects the supply chain. So I'm bad. Haha, bye. And so yeah, I've done a short video where I explain how they kind of work hand in hand and why a price gouger is worse than a scalper in the grand scheme of things. And that's a whole different thing because somebody could sell you, if somebody agrees to sell you their sealed product or their cards for that much, that's on them, because what they're doing is they're saying, okay, I'd rather get a lump sum. It's just like when you pay taxes on a lottery versus taking the annuity, right? When you take the lump sum, you're going to pay more tax, right? So you're only going to get a lower percentage of that lump sum. Versus if you want to try to sell all your cards individually, it's going to take you a lot longer to get the amount you're looking for. And you're going to burn up those smaller amounts before you get to the lump sum amount you're looking for. So if you need a lump sum of cash, you got to be willing to sell it for less to get a larger amount all at once versus trying to sell a $20 card one day and then next week you end up selling this $50 card and then a week after that, and it takes you 6 months to sell your entire collection. And by that time, you're just basically, you sell one card and then you go buy gas, and then you sell another card and then, like, you know, you pay your phone bill. Whereas, like, you could take that lump sum of 70% and invest it into something better at the time, rather than trying to use it to keep getting by on smaller amounts. That's how kind of I see, like, where, you know, it's a little bit more acceptable to be buying people's, and plus you agree to it. You have to be willing to do it. Like, nobody's forcing you to sell your collection at 70%. If you need the money, you need the money. You sell it at 70% because you need the money. Right? And if you're in a tight spot, then you're in a tight spot because you're not prioritizing your shit better. Now, people could say something different if you're, you know, if your whole entire supply at a card show, if you're vending, right, and your entire stock is fucking Sam's Club and Costco boxes, like everything you sell is just that. Now there's something to say, right? It's like, okay, this is all you do? Like, you don't even try to do other shit? You're just selling, like in-print product that's being sold at big box stores like Sam's Club and Costco, right? Then there's something to say about that, because you're basically, yeah, you're scalping the product, and then you're just, that's all your focus is to resell that. And you're not, like, you know, like hustling like binders or slabs or, you know what I'm saying, like singles and things like that, or fucking figures or all that type of shit. Like, you're just, your only niche is Costco products and Sam's Club products. That's it. And see, that's a more acceptable thing to do, because now you're holding a risk. You're holding a risk, just like Prismatic right now is like, it's going down because Sam's Club just dropped a bunch of Prismatic today. Not in my state. I went and fucking basically slept in my car this morning trying to get 2 ETBs, and they didn't even have them in the store, so it's whatever. But they keep dropping Prismatic. They're even dropping 151 still at Sam's Club. So they're doing like I think it's a 10 tin box or something like that. There's 10 tins in the box today. You could order it online. So if you are lucky enough to get in on that, you could get that for like $80 for 10 tins, which is a killer deal. But I think the limit's 2. It could be up to 5. And yeah, like, you can hold your ETBs to let them go up, especially if it goes out of print. I've always said, if you're selling shit that's in print at market value, it's kind of douchey. But if you hold something till it's out of print, I don't care what the fucking cost goes to. If the day after it's out of print, it skyrockets to $10,000 a box, that's on the actual market, right? It's not because, you know, people are controlling it at the direct access level. It's because, oh, it's out of print, everybody still wants it, and now the price is booming. What if market? Remember those days? Yeah, but it's hard to. It's so hard to sell in those days because people are like, "Oh, I don't want it because it's not worth it." Like battle styles, like I couldn't give it away for free. People were like, "Fuck, miss me with that shit." I had so many battle styles booster boxes, it was so hard to even push them for less than what I paid for them. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And now it's back up. And I probably should have held. I would have paid off a house if I would have held all the battle styles, Fusion Strike, and Evolving Skies boxes that I had. I could have paid off a house with those today, but at the time I could barely sell those. I got Evolving Skies booster boxes for $75. That's below distribution price. At the time, when Evolving Skies was out, distribution price for an Evolving Skies booster box was between $93 and $95. And I was able to start finding them being sold at a loss for $75. That's how crazy the market was then. $8.10 for like $40. Wait, it was like 65, 8. Yeah, if people are gonna sell it to you for that much, they clearly need money, right? And if they're that desperate and they're not going to take the time to find somebody that'll pay 80 or 85, 90%, they're that desperate, then they just got to let them be that desperate. They really need it. And that's just part of that game right there, because like if you're impatient, you're going to lose. Right? Because a lot of what I see is like somebody will offer more, but that table's busy. And the person like eager to sell their collections, like, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait in this line for that guy to give me more. I'm just going to go to 70%. Perfect. I don't think people selling want it to stabilize. Yeah, I don't think anybody wants it to go below what they paid for it. That's for sure. And that's where people kind of get stuck, is like, they don't, I think a lot of people really truly don't want it to be market price, but they buy into it anyways. And then it starts to dip on them. And this happens with stocks and crypto and everything. It's the same shit. Like, people are like, oh, I see the hype, let me get in on it. And they're like, well, I don't like that it's expensive, but I'm going to get in on it because I think it'll still go up. And then it dips on them. And then they're like, oh, fuck, I'm at a loss here. Yes, I watch ABBA and preach. Some people do look at it as, and people can look at their hobby as a source of revenue and be a collector at the same time. I don't think that doesn't exist. Plenty of people do that. I got all that starting April. Sent me a message. I mean, shit, when I first had my collection, I cared about the value of my cards. Back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Into the 2000s. I cared about those values. That's why I gave them to my grandma to sell them. Because I thought I was going to get a chunk of change. You know, for being a 15-year-old at the time. You know, if it was like $150, I was going to be hyped. I was going to feel rich. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have a job yet. So, you know, I cared about the value of my stuff. Even though I loved those cards as well. Even then, like, it hurt me to let go of my cards, but I was like, shit, I'm gonna get some money. I like girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, shit. I was torn. But when you break a cookie in half, it's not always perfectly even. I was on the other side. The heavier side towards wanting my money. You need to go on dates. I had to see. I want to see some titties. Sheesh. Goddamn, bro. Nah, you're a scalper, fool. Hey, fool. You're a scalper, Holmes. Damn. But here's the thing, like, if you're gonna hold, unfortunate side effect is that when this is popularized, we find ourselves in the current situation. Yes. You know, you could make a living on the old market, not the new market. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could, everybody was making a living on MSRP. I don't know why it had to turn into this fucking big mess of market value. Like, even like Limpy's collection right here, like, if this was all MSRP, he's making a living still. He's gonna make the same type of money. It's just like inflated. That's the most gourmet pizza. That's that fucking what's it called? The fucking Salt Bay dudes restaurants, like pizza. It's like gold crusted pizza. Yeah. Yep. It's a choice. It's a select steak, but it's got gold leaf on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's $1,200. And what's messed up is PokeNE has more power over the market than Logan Paul does in the long term. Because he gets direct access to the supply. That's why I said it's worse than an actual scalper who's buying something at MSRP off the shelf than somebody with direct supply who could just pull a large amount and then sell it directly for a large market value versus MSRP. He directly affects the supply, not the secondary market. He's a direct connect to the supply, to the consumer. With cheese all in the crust. That's that stuffed crust pizza right there. Sheesh. Oh, I got 29 rewards. I'm not paying for the battle pass though. What is this? Wolfhound? Is that a shotgun? Oh my god. I wish I could. Exactly. GameStop and PokeNE are the same thing at this point. And so if one's doing it and the other one is doing it, and then only one is getting shit on and the other one's not, that's completely stupid. I'm sorry. But if you're going to talk about, you're going to get on YouTube and be like, cut your ties with GameStop, and then you're going to do a live stream with Poke.ne, you're a piece of shit idiot. You're the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. I got my best friend Poke.ne. The fuck? I can't find anything either, really, unless I buy it off of somebody. And here's the thing. On more than one occasion, more than one different day, different week, and different month, I go and I check Poke.ne's website, and then I check Facebook Marketplace, and 90% of the time, the scalper is less than Poke.ne. So that's why I say this is like a multiple levels of Poke.ne's worse than a scalper. Anybody who does that with direct distribution access, who does what they do like that, market value and all that shit, is worse than a scalper. They directly affect the supply chain. They directly affect the market price. And they are usually higher than the scalper price at some points. So, you know, at this point, they're a corporate entity, right? And that's like buying weed off of your street dealer when it's legal now, right? And you could go to a dispensary. Do you want to support that dispensary who's charging you fucking $48 for what should be $20? Or do you still want to buy $20? Street value. You know? And some of them will still offer you a deal. Like some of the scalpers, they'll still offer you a deal on that product if you buy more than one, you know what I'm saying? So like they'll be under Poke.ne's price and then take even more off if you buy more than 1 or 5 or whatever. Right? So you could get even closer to MSRP. At least. Whereas this guy gets the direct access, charges 325%, and he's paying less than what the scalper paid, so his margins are larger. Poke.ne's margins are larger than the scalper, who paid MSRP and then sells it for slightly under market, versus somebody who pays distro price and sells it for almost above market, at market or above. Who's worse? And when I'm live like this is the only time I'll do long form content ranting this much about it. Otherwise, I'm just going to do short, straight to the point shit. Because that's all you need. Because it's going to boil down to, are you intelligent enough to understand what I'm saying in a minute? And pull the context out of it like you're supposed to? Because if not, then you're just going to fall for anything anyways. That's my plan as well, to have the best prices. So like I said, I got a show in Cali I'm going to drive to January 10th and 11th. Then I got a February show, and hopefully I could get some other shows in between all those dates, obviously. I got my notifications on my email for anything that's going to pop up. And I'll fucking take those spots if I can. What in the motherfuck? Because that's all it takes is a few people to start bringing it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll start to actually regulate while you make money dropping. It's like a golden parachute concept. You know, you can You can make money selling downward. Still. Oh my God. What is it? It's Tuesday, huh? Fuck, dude. I hate this. Call of Duty. Because, so when you sell downward, right, you're selling newer sets into the downward, and if you hold your older sets till they're out of print, that's going to go up while this regulates itself back down. And then you start to sell your old shit that's out of print for that higher market, because that's going to go up. So it goes like this. New shit goes back down, your shit you're holding goes up, and then you start selling your up shit, and then you transfer all your brand new shit into your storage, and then you just keep selling all the old shit. And it goes up like this. So it's like you got to work it at both ends. You got to kind of try to hold on to some of your new shit till it gets old, and sell new shit, and kind of regulate the price down. And then your old shit goes up, and then you start moving all your new shit into storage, so you got enough old shit to sell that's going up the way it should. That's the strategy. You kind of got to play both games now, but you can move into just like selling out of print shit only, and singles and slabs. You know what I'm saying? For the actual market value that they should be, for as long as you want to hold them. And then you could buy a bunch of new shit and just throw it in storage until it gains its true value, not its fucking shitty scalper value. Bro, look, you live in America, all right? Free speech is free speech, dude. If you don't got skin in the game and you want to fucking talk about it, dude. I mean, look at everybody else. They're talking about it, and they don't want to address their own hypocrisy like we're saying. They will not address their own hypocrisies. So, you know, they're already discrediting themselves. You couldn't be much worse, you know, by believing that you don't have skin in the game. But you could still, look, you don't have to be a football player. You could be a coach. You could be a sports analyst, right? You could just watch the games. And that's what you're doing. You're watching the game. And now you could just be an analyst. You don't have to be the player to know the game. You could be the analyst to know the game. And your opinion's just as valid. You know, you could talk about the plays all day. You've never done a play in your life, right? But you can still talk about it. Yeah, but you're not like completely blocked out from what's happening. You see it happening, right? So even though like you're not involved with, like I said, you can still talk about it. You're free to do it. Let's see if I can find a good team on the game here. Ooh. Yeah. I mean, yeah, people get pushed out. I'm kind of pushed out. That's why I'm going to start vending at card shows, and the YouTube thing is going to kind of like put on the back burner, because I can't do YouTube how I want to do YouTube. So I've basically got to enlist myself in the battle, go and play the market game now, try to change it to what I want it to be, and then come back to this how I like it with the fucking, you know, $4 and $5 packs, not fucking $10 to $15 packs on a brand new set. Why the fuck would I? Why do I want to do that? I'm pretty sure I'm canceled. I'm canceled. To this day, yo, Daddy Ranch, to this day, my favorite video of yours is when you fucking, you have this ski mask on it fucking at the store. And you're like a little kid who gets caught watching porn. It just, that shit still fucking cracks me up. Anytime I think about that shit. You're like a little kid whose fucking mom walks in on him with his dick in his hand. Yeah.
All stations, green light. We're deploying to the war zone.
You're like, huh? Excuse me, you can't do that here. What? Fool!
Resurgence. Survive and your team can redeploy.
I got the,
Targets to bring them back faster.
I got these vatos locos on my team, ese.
Go get after it.
Let's see how fast we die together.
Enemies dropping into the AO. Your squad mates back on station. Good work.
How's this Akita gun work? I want to try it out. I just heard somebody fucking land around me. Nope. I like Opossum Bud. He's the one that he'll offer at least some little bit of criticism to Pokey NE. He's done it. The other guys have not. They haven't even come close to trying to criticize him.
You have reinforcements.
Opossum Bud has. He's been like, yeah, okay, dude.
Squad mate is redeployed. Well done.
Some assistance.
It's all on you. Stay alive so your squad can redeploy. You have reinforcements inbound. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. Get your squad to the safe zone. Leave no one behind. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done.
The fuck did that thing go? There was just a fucking box up here. The fact. Shut up, boy.
Use your tag map to hunt down the rest of them.
Yeah, that fool. That fool. Wipe this fucking squad. You hurt? Keep your eye on the sky, too. These little boys white.
Drop heading your way. Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
We'll let these guys get the drop on us. Like right there. Yep. Who else? Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't take my kids to card shows. They get bored as hell over there. There's another guy over here. Second one.
Squad mates back on station. Good work. You've made it to the top 10. We've got 10 squads active in the field. A deserter left your squad. We'll redeploy you faster to make up for it.
You'll live. Can I wear a ski mask to a convention? Maybe.
Get to the safe zone. Gas is closing in. Enemy soldier incoming. Hostile shooter. Target down. Marking the rest of them.
Fuck. Of course, there has to be somebody just chilling there. Snorlax fled. All right, take care, bro. Gotta bounce. Gotta shower for work. Stanky. Ugh. I hate when that happens. You done smoking some fools and then somebody's just chilling there.
We're returning you to the front. Earn this.
Oh, fuck. That wasn't a good move. Whoops. Look at that, though. That's what I hate about this fucking game is, like, you watch that replay, you see how he's shooting behind me, but somehow it's damaging me? Like, the crosshair is behind me. And I still get damage from it. Uh-oh.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count.
Help me, I'm burning.
Squad's in the safe zone. You're losing ground. Moving.
Oh, fuck, man. There's way too many people.
Redeploying.
I just, like, I got spit roasted.
Be advised, an enemy squad is tracking your location.
Ah, back. He's down. Get him. Finish him up. There's two over here. One dropping over here. They're coming up here.
You're being tracked by an enemy squad. Evade and survive.
Got another one in the house right here.
Loadout drop inbound. Enemy airstrike in the area. Your squad is down. Stay alive to bring them back. Gas is inbound. You've made it to the top 5. 5 squads still operational in the AO. Enemy dropping into the AO. One of 5 remaining. We lost that one. We'll get a double next. You're in the top 3. Don't let up now.
Stupid.
3 squads left in the...
Again, I hate that map so bad now. It's just something changed. Like when they first dropped it, the dynamics worked really well. It's something they did some updates in between the drop date and now. The guns don't shoot the same. It feels shitty. It seems very imbalanced. Very imbalanced.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I think my son's sick. That sucks because I really want to go to the gym, but I also don't do well working out at the gym by myself. It's very fucking boring to work out by yourself.
Resurgence. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. Kill to bring them back faster.
Bro, there's already a spot marked.
Be a squad soldier.
Why do everybody has to do this, huh?
Soldier incoming.
I'm going where I saw the first spot, so. Shit.
UAV standing by.
Fuck. Got one right downstairs from you. Never mind.
Stand by for redeployment. You have reinforcements inbound.
You scare me.
Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done. Heads up. An enemy squad marks you as a bounty target. You have reinforcements inbound. Contract was compromised. Stand down.
I wish I had a W dad to get my ass in shit. Myself. Hey, gotta start somewhere. I always wanted to do shit with my dad, and we never really did shit, so anytime my kids ask to do some shit, I don't care if I don't got money to do it, I'll fucking do it.
Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done.
Shoot me, rush me, or what?
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Good kill. Marking them. Attack man. Get hunted.
Fuck, dude. It's a little bitch who ain't involved.
Get ready. You're redeploying. Enemy dropping into the AO. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done. Enemy destroyed. Use your tag map to hunt down the rest of them. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. Stand to you, son. Stay sharp. Locating the wreckage. You have reinforcements inbound. Gas is inbound. Go get your revenge. Bounty targets are up. Get after them. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. You're down one squad mate. We'll get you redeployed faster. Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. You're the last one standing, soldier. Survive until your squad can redeploy. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done. Insurgents have been deactivated. This
Damn.
is the end game.
The fuck is going on here? See what I'm saying? Like, this shit's so glitched. The fuck was that? W's in the chat.
Enemy soldier incoming. We're headed to the war zone. Get geared up. Stand by. Enemy dropping into the AO. All stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment.
This shit don't work the same. Nope.
Resurgence. Stay alive to keep your squad in sight. Marking target location. It's all on you. Stay alive so your squad can redeploy. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. You have reinforcements inbound. Bounty targets marked. Kill them all. Enemy precision airstrike. Find cover. Most wanted target has been sent to the grave. Head to the safe zone. You're losing ground. Move it. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done.
Warzone since when? What's good? Yo, PBM in the building.
Down to you, soldier. Stay sharp. You have reinforcements inbound. Tactical spotted. You're the last one standing, soldier. Survive until your squad can redeploy. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done. Move to the safe zone. Gas is moving. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tag map. Get hunting.
Camping. Who's fucking feeding? Oh, you got hacks. I see them. Lighting my ass up.
Squad mates back on station. Good work. Enemy soldier incoming.
Oh, you little camping ass bitch.
Stay alive to bring them back.
I wish I could do zombies.
And return to base for debrief.
I like old zombies with the friggin' bus. I think now is like the too much stuff going on. Ugh. We don't get Rebirth Island enough.
Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
My team dumb shit. Oh, here it goes.
Resurgence. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. Kill to bring them back faster. After drop point, your squad has hit the field. Enemies dropping into the AO.
Oh my god, of course it's busy.
Down to 10. Win this thing. Squad's active in the field. Get ready. You're redeploying. Enemy soldier incoming. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done. An enemy squad is hunting you. Stay sharp. Target down. Marking the rest of you. Contract failed. Stand down. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Squad mate back on station. Good work. You have reinforcements inbound. All squad mates are in the safe zone. Gas is closing in. Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done. You have reinforcements inbound. Enemies dropping into the AO. It's all on you. Stay alive so your squad can redeploy. Marks remaining operators in that squad. Hunt them down. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. You've got a loadout drop inbound. Your squad is down. Stay alive to bring them back. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. mate is redeploying. Well done.
LDBR awaiting targeting data.
Hostile armor broken. Switching mags. I'm hit. Inserting additional armor. Hostile armor broken.
Squad mates back on station. Good work. You're getting another chance. Weapons free.
LDBR salvo ready for launch.
Down to you, soldier. Stay sharp.
16 rounds. Out.
You have reinforcements inbound.
Target grid struck. No casualties.
Marking cash.
Your squad mate is redeploying. Well done.
Cash here.
Inserting additional armor. Marking field upgrade.
Loadout drop heading your way. Only 10 were left. Retreat is only a mindset. Shake it off and keep pushing. Get ready. Resurgence window is about to close.
I'm up. No one can stop me.
Right. All right. Why is it not playing again? Oh my god. We'll get gooder. I'm getting gooder. I think the streamer awards are rigged. I'm not big on any like award shows and all that stuff. Because, like, don't numbers and, like, revenue and all that type of stuff kind of prove your capabilities? Not a fucking award show.
Enemy soldier incoming. Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Bah!
Is that what we're doing now? Goat noises or what?
For the Nation of Islam.
Resurgence. Stay alive to keep your squad in sight.
Bah! Bah! I think Pink has an idea.
Enemy dropping into the AR. Be advised, there's an enemy squad gunning for you.
Why are you running, bro? Enemy down.
Down. Marking the rest. Contract failed.
Got one of you hoes.
Surging. Go get your revenge. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. Your squad's in the safe zone. You've got gas moving in. You're in the top 10. Keep knocking them down. We've got 10 squads active in the field. back on station. Good work.
LDBR awaiting targeting data.
Time of flight 5 seconds. Out. out. He jumped down on top of the thing. On the outside, well, above you. Not in the building, but on top. Above you.
Fucking lag.
Hard that time. Dust yourself off, regroup, and get back out there.
Ooh. All right. I'm going to call it a stream. Peace out, y'all.